to another episode of The Follow-Up. I'm Eden, and this is my dad, Noah, and every week for 199 episodes, 199 weeks, we've been sitting in my bed and having a conversation about something we want to talk about. This week, we're going to talk about an inspirational quote. Kara Lawson, the Duke women's basketball head coach, said, "Handle hard better." And we are going to talk about that. But before we talk about episode 199,
pretty awesome.
Next week is something even greater. 2 ways greater. Next week is episode 200. So we're going to do a special episode 200, and we can't wait for all of you to see it.
So if you haven't yet done so, and you're watching on YouTube, just click the subscribe button. It's so easy to do, and then you'll just get notified when the episodes come out. It's once a week, every Monday. And then you can do the same on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. That's where you can listen. And so next week we are going to have, in the special 200, we'll have a whole bunch of clips from going back to when you were 5, 6,
so
and 7, and 8.
If you didn't see any of those long before episodes, you could get a little bit of a hint of what those were like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Started when I was 5, and now I'm 9.5, and it's crazy.
And we'll talk more about it next week,
Yeah.
just how beautiful this has been for the past 4 years.
So, tune in next week, and
Yeah. So, handle hard better was part of this about 2.5-minute speech that Kara Lawson, the Duke women's basketball coach, gave to her team. I think it was last year. So you can go on YouTube after you watch this, or even before, and if you want to come back and type in Kara Lawson speech, Kara Lawson, handle hard better. ESPN also did a little special about it, and the whole idea behind it was life does not get easier.
It only gets harder, but if you know how to handle hard better, then
that's how you can reach your goals.
You can reach your goals, and then it gets harder, but you can still handle that better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when you learn how to handle hard better, then things seem easier to you because you've built up this toolkit of things that you can use in order to handle these situations. So as we talk about this, what does come to mind? How do you think? Yeah, let's start with that. What does come to mind as you watch that speech?
Thinking about things, just anything in life that is hard, how you can handle it better. If you are trying to overcome something and you've already overcome something else, you handle that, so now you can handle this hard better. Or just anything. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked a lot about, for me, it's understanding that as you get older, things change, your priorities change, but how you've handled things throughout your life, it's not like if you have some core values and morals and how you go about your life, then that's how you handle harder situations better.
Yeah.
And surrounding yourself with the right people and equipping yourself with the right tools in order to do that. But that comes with experience, and it comes with conversations with friends and family on how to get over it.
Yeah.
And also that you're not ever dealing with something by yourself.
And I think also handling hard better means sometimes when you're mad at yourself, you have to figure out a way to handle that. And then the next time you can handle, if you're having a tough time the first time, you can handle it the second time, you can handle that hard better.
Well, I think it's interesting what you just said was you have to figure out a way to handle it. Because there are certain situations where you're going to be in that you have no other choice. You have to figure out a way. So that way might work one day, might not work the next day, but you're constantly trying to figure out, okay, what is the best way for me to do this and for me to come out on the other side feeling accomplished? And you want to allow yourself to feel that sense of accomplishment, when that could be through a social situation, it could be through an athletic situation, it could be through an academic situation, whereas you're not going to get to that other side every single day. You just have to not look at, okay, well, if I didn't do it today, I failed. That's not the case.
It's just like taking one step at a time in the right direction.
Yeah, and taking pride in, okay, I took this step today.
And
great. Let me build on that tomorrow.
like even like handling hard, even if it's just like a personality trait. Like even let's say you're very shy. Let's say
Okay.
handling. Let's say you're not great like around people. Taking a step, like handling that hard better. If you're not a very social person, would be more confident in yourself. Just like getting yourself out there, and that's a step in the right direction. You're handling that hard situation better.
Mm-hmm. And recognizing that other people are going through difficult situations,
Yeah.
and being able to talk to them about it,
Yeah.
and being able to open up about it, and finding your advocates who might be other kids, might be other adults, to help you through it. But it's never going to be up to somebody else to do this for you.
No.
You have to be all in.
Mm-hmm.
And you've gone through some things. You're still going through some things about trying to overcome certain fears of different situations, mostly socially. That it's not going to be up to somebody else to just give you all the answers, but you're open. But you're exactly, and you've got to be open to working towards that path, because at the end of that path, no matter the path never ends. So this situation is going to help you grow. It's going to help you into that situation, into that situation,
and
into
it's
that
like
situation.
Past experience can help you handle that new hard better.
For sure. And no experience. I'm sorry, no experience is just exclusive to one. So like when you get over a few hurdles in school, that can help you somewhere else, and then wherever that could be could help you in the next step. It could help you at the next step.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think what her lesson was to her team was saying, okay, well, you think just because we're in training camp now, basically like, oh, if I get through this, the season will be easy. No, like it's going to get harder, but look what you did here and how you handled these hard situations.
Right.
And when you can reflect in your head, oh wow, like yeah, I got through that, and here's how I did it. All right, well, let me apply those lessons to my next step.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do understand, and you can talk about this here, like where sometimes you might feel like I'm never going to get through.
But
this.
then you do.
Yeah, but you have to do what?
But you have to change your mindset.
Yeah, you have to work hard at it. Mm-hmm. It's not just like as much as we all want things to just be easy.
It's not going to be easy.
It's not easy.
Well, would anything be if everything was just easy?
Yeah, this doesn't work that way.
No, there would be no
struggle. I mean, there has to be some sort of struggle in order to accomplish something.
Yeah, because if everything was easy, you wouldn't accomplish everything because you had everything.
Yeah, you would have everything, and that doesn't work. That doesn't work either. You have to be able to separate yourself by maybe working even harder than the person next to you. But look, not everybody has. It's not hard for everybody at the same time either. So say it's academically. Maybe you have some trouble in a certain subject, but the person next to you has an easy time with that. And you're thinking, oh, God, it's so easy for them. Why isn't it easy for me?
Well, then you work hard and you make it as easier for you than it is for them.
Right, exactly.
You get ahead of them.
And you can just focus on yourself. Like you don't have to, just because.
You focus on yourself, and if that's something you want to work on it, you work on it as hard as you can to achieve that and overcome it.
Mm-hmm. And if you care enough, which you should, you got to throw yourself into all this stuff. If you care enough, you'll get to the point where, okay, I'm now confident and comfortable with where I am in this situation, and not worrying about what that person next to you is doing. Maybe you can use a person next to you, like in athletics, as motivation. Like, because you can watch that person. Like, oh, look how they're moving their feet. Look how they're shooting. Look how they're swinging the racket. Like you can model yourself certain ways, and be confident in reaching out to people and saying, "Hey, I'm having trouble with this. How can you help me?" And being one to, after you've gone through some reflection yourself and tried some things on your own, you must be able to reach out to other people to say, "Hey, can you please help me with this?"
Yeah.
And that's with any
just asking for help.
Like big issues and little ones, but also the little ones, trying to solve them on your own first.
Yeah.
But then when you don't want to get to the point where you're just feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. and you're the only one that can get you through. So reaching out and finding those other people, and never thinking, well, they can't help me, they wouldn't know. It's not the case. It's not the case. There are people out there aside from mom and me that will help you, and you know that.
Yeah.
And that's extremely important. You find those people at different times to learn how to handle hard better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I remember. I think it was. I mean, we've talked a lot about things that we say to you before school about being yourself and being confident, and there are certain mantras that you have, but you have to then do things. You can't
meet those.
Right. You can't just say it. You actually have to do it.
Right.
So what are some ways so far you think in your life that you've gone about trying to handle hard things better?
Like you said, reaching out to people. I think trying to a lot of times figure even like those small social problems on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I think like even just putting positive mindsets in my head, just like going through taking even if something's hard, just taking a step back, breathing for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of those the breathing techniques? I know you've had.
I know one technique is you can breathe
in through your nose.
In through your nose for let's say 5 seconds.
Okay.
And then you let out, or 3 seconds. Or let's say you do 5. Breathe out for 8. Or if you breathe in for 3, go out for 6.
Okay. So always
just
breathe out. The exhale has to be longer than the inhale. So in through your nose, out through your mouth. Yeah.
And another trick, you can do this full body or just with your hands or whatever. You squeeze in really tight for 5 seconds, and just let go.
And what are you doing if you're squeezing in like
just
this?
Really tight, holding tight.
What are you doing in your mind? Are you like
nothing.
Looking around, doing anything? You're closing, or do you close your eyes? What do you do?
No, nothing. Just
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you have a coffee back.
Okay. That's good. So you think this whole thing it's a work in progress? It's never going to be. Oh yeah, I've got everything.
For anyone, yeah.
Mm-hmm. What made you want to talk about this? What resonated with that?
I think
speech?
For both of us, it was just like something that like I know there was something I don't know. Someone I just heard about it again a few days ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think it got brought back up. I think it's something that goes for everyone. It's a very inspirational speech.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think having in your head handle hard better can remind you of lots of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm proud of you. 199 episodes.
Tune in for 200 next week. Can't wait.
And as always, they end with a hug and a kiss.
Yes.
Love you.
Love you.